Hello, beauties. Good morning. I am doing another video journal. I believe it's Tuesday morning. I just woke up well, not just woke up, but I woke up not too long ago, and I like to do some self-healing early in the morning. So sometimes I watch a few YouTube videos concerning my affirmations and just different things that I'm dealing with or I've dealt with in the past, and just looking for different ways to heal. So anytime that I start to feel a certain kind of way, I've decided that I'm just going to pull out my phone and start recording a voice memo. I like to call it a video journal, but it's more like an audio journal. So today, I just wanted to touch on the topic of being a scapegoat in the family. And I've been basically just watching a lot of videos, just trying to understand things that's happened in the dynamic that I grew up in the past. And, as we all might realize that our healing at the moment, for those that are not on your healing journey, you might not realize it, but I hope that one day you will. But healing is not easy. So there are trigger moments at times, and I didn't realize that I was the scapegoat of the dynamic that I grew up in. And now that I'm starting to be on my healing journey, or not really starting, but I've been in my healing journey, but starting to touch on different parts of my past and heal those wounds, basically, it just makes me feel a certain kind of way, knowing that I was put in that situation unwillingly. And, even still now going through it and, being stonewalled, and it's just unbelievable to imagine that there are people that will treat their children, so to speak, as they do and not feel any remorse about it. For those who have watched or listened to my previous audio journals, you'll know a little bit of what I'm talking about. But just to tap on it a little bit, I've recently found out that the people that I grew up around, I don't want to call them family at this point, because family does not treat other family members the way they treated me, and how they continue to and do things behind my back and say things behind my back, and that's not what family does. So yeah, no, my family wouldn't do that, so I don't consider them family. But just to touch on it a little bit, I found out that the people that I grew up around in the past have been basically hiding money that was meant for me, property, whatever the case. Took out life insurance policies on me, tried to get me unalived, kidnapped, unalived. That didn't work. I got away, thank God. Just so many things. I was put out the house at the age of 14, so I've been on my own since the age of 14, and I'm 37 now. A lot of trauma. I was homeless in New York, so that added even more trauma to the situation. But thank God I've been able to heal from that and get through it, and still be here to talk about it, because, there's a lot of people that aren't. And I realize that I am blessed to have been in that situation, not in that situation, but in a way, because I've learned a lot being homeless. I've definitely became more street smart, and there are lessons that came with that I am grateful to have. But being lucky to make it out of that and having a great support system around me now that I consider my friends, that, encourage me. And yeah, I'm just very blessed for that. But looking back on it now and realizing that I was, I guess you can say am, if I'm not a part of them, they might still think they're a part of me, but they're not. So I'm going to say was the scapegoat of that dynamic. It's just kind of, I feel more irritated. I feel it's like annoying. At first it was feelings of sadness and, hurt. Now it's just more so, it goes through stages. Maybe it started off with anger, then it went from sadness to hurt. Now it's more so in the irritating, annoying phase because, like, I didn't ask for that. Like, I'm not even sure if these people are my real family members, or more so my real mother. I don't know if, like, I don't know. I'm gonna need a DNA test. Let's just say that. But just learning all the things now, just, learning that I was deemed off as crazy, or, my supposed mother, letting people in authority know that, oh, I'm crazy, just so she can get power of attorney over the money that was left for me and not telling me about the money, of course. Now, I'm not going to say I was perfect growing up, as no one is. I've had my moments. Of course, when you're dealing with a lot of people that cast trauma around you, one of my first memories growing up as a child was my estranged mother beating on someone who isn't my father, I just found out, but who I thought at the time was my father. One of my first memories was her beating on him, and that happened continuously throughout my childhood. So I'm not going to say I was perfect, and I'm not going to put all the blame on, everyone else, but there are things that you don't do around a child, to shape their upbringing. Another one of my first memories is, growing up poor, is having to go with who the person I thought was my father at the time, to go beg for food at different business establishments. Like I said, we didn't grow up, with money at the time. But when we did have money eventually in the household, of course, I didn't have any money, but when they did, and they were able to afford, better living arrangements, my siblings would have their own bedroom, their own mattress. I never grew up with a mattress. I would always sleep in a sleeping bag on the floor. They would always step over me to go to the bathroom, and basically just treated me, now looking back on it, like I didn't matter. Now, looking back at it, I realize that it was to put a sense of a limiting mindset. It was to basically so that I can grow up with a limiting mindset, which almost worked until I started my healing journey and realized, what it was that was happening. So yeah, now I don't believe in having a scarcity mindset, but that's what they tried to place upon me. So that's really, disheartening. But just looking back at certain things and trying to break the cycle, if only within myself, so that I can move on from this and have a brighter future. As a survivor of narcissistic abuse, but I realized that I have to go through the uncomfortable feelings of healing, because it is uncomfortable. And, sometimes, I want to get choked up over it, but I realize that, you can't really mourn something that you never had. And I like to do these audio journals to get my feelings out, and not only into the open, because there's plenty of audio journals I have recorded that I'm not posting. But if I feel like my story can help someone else, then yes, of course, I'm going to post it. And I think this is one of those testimonies that can help someone else, because there are a lot of scapegoats or black sheeps in family dynamics that are feeling and have felt the way that I felt, and are going through the same things that I have and is going through currently, with the gaslighting and the projections and the slandering and the rumors and the flying monkeys and the smear campaigns and the hoovering attempts and the discarding and keeping information away from. And there's just so many tactics that these narcissistic families and people, because it's not just families, it's lovers too, that they do just to try and throw off their project, so to speak, because I feel like that's what they think of, you know, the black sheep and the scapegoats. I feel like they see us as projects that they can manipulate, and if you're not healed and or hip, that you can't be naive to situations. I used to be really naive. I wasn't awakened at that time, so to speak. So it was easier for them to manipulate and get over on. And it comes a time where enough is enough. At least in my case, enough is enough. You know, I'm standing up for what I believe in. I'm standing up for myself and my healing, because I've healed so much from not even them and that dynamic and that situation, but from like other things too, like a lot of things. Because growing up, you know, homeless in New York, there's, you know, a lot of things that I've had to like forgive myself for and, you know, heal from. And right now I am in the healing phase of healing from my childhood wounds. So yeah, that's just something I want to share with you guys. And like I said, I just woke up, so I don't sound the best. You know, yeah, I have a bonnet on right now. You can't see that, but I do. My dogs are still sleeping around me, but you know, we're at breaking dawn right now. But you know, did I brush my teeth yet? Mind your business. But yeah, I feel like the message is more important than all of those things. Maybe I should have brushed my teeth, but you know, whatever. But I love you guys. Now I'm gonna go brush my teeth and you know, get cute and everything. So I just wanted to let you all know that if no one said that they love you today or anytime that you need to hear it, I just want to let you know I love you and that you're beautiful from the inside out, of course. And until next time, see you guys soon. Mwah.